Steve, look, the president says he's very proud of his economy. But my question to you, do you think voters are on the same page?
Well, Ashley, good to be with you. And in a lot of ways, when you look at just objectively the economy, all the statistics, the stock market, the lower inflation rate, the increase in economic growth, all of these things point to, you saw the movie, as good as it gets. It's a really strong economy. And yet the paradox here, Ashley, is that Americans aren't quite feeling the love. Now, just over the weekend, a new report came out showing a little bit of a tick up in consumer confidence and how they're feeling about the economy, their optimism about where it's headed over the last 6 months. But it's been kind of confounding that the public has said, well, we're really concerned about the economy when all these statistics are so positive. Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing thing, Ashley. When I first came to Washington in the early 1980s, the Dow Jones was 1,000, and now we're at 50,000, which is really the most spectacular wealth creation in history. And and whether we could get to 100,000 in the next 3 years, that's a bit of a stretch. I know Donald Trump never exaggerates, but there's no reason that this bull market cannot continue.
Why not? Next one for you. We've got a big week ahead of us when it comes to reports. Two things we're paying very close attention to. The January jobs report Wednesday and the January CPI on Friday. What would you like to see out of these reports?
Well, I'll be on with Maria when that jobs number comes out, and we will see. Look, I think the problem with the jobs market right now is really a problem of supply of workers, not demand for workers. I mean, if you look at a lot of the businesses, they're saying, Ashley, I mean, I watch your show. The businessmen and women who are doing the hiring are saying they're having a hard time finding the qualified workers to do the job openings that there are out there. And so I think we're going to see continued moderate growth of employment, not the big numbers that we used to see, but moderate growth in employment and inflation. And I think that the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, has it right. It is trending down to that 2% target that the Fed has in mind, and look, it's a rosy picture right now. And incidentally, when crime falls, as Trump is talking about, that's like a tax cut. How about the fact that the gas prices are now $2.79 a gallon? That's a tax cut. So all of these things are positive, and don't forget, this month people are starting to see more money in their paycheck because less is being deducted by the IRS.
It's a wonderful thing. I got to get this in, Steve. I want to pull up your op-ed in the Boston Herald. The headline says, tax-happy Dems bruising blue states. What's with all of these so-called moderates firing off tax increases? What's going on?
Well, you're seeing all these blue states, especially the states that have newly elected Democratic governors, like in Virginia, where I live, and in New Jersey, and the first thing out of the gate, by the way, they ran as sort of moderate centrist Democrats, and that right out of the gate, they're talking about all these increases in taxes, and it's happening in California, it's happening in New York, it's happening in New Jersey, Virginia. It's like Democrats have fallen in love with raising people's taxes. And I got to tell you, in Virginia, Northern Virginia, where I live, people are really angry because Abigail Spanberger, she ran as a moderate. And the first thing, she's been in office for 30 days, only 30 days. So we're going to tax groomers. We're going to tax Uber. We're going to tax your babysitter. We're going to tax everything that moves. People don't want to see the...
We'll have to leave it there, Steve. Steve Moore.